What if I told you that every time your hamster rattles its cage bars, it's not just being restless, it's following an ancient survival script written into its DNA? Picture this. It's 2 a.m. and you hear a faint scratching sound from across the room. You tiptoe over only to find your hamster's cage empty. The little Houdini has vanished again. But this isn't just mischief. This is instinct. Hamsters are natural-born escape artists, and the reasons go far deeper than boredom. Let's start with the wild blueprint. Your hamster's ancestors weren't living in cozy cages with water bottles and chew toys. They were survivors, burrowing through vast grasslands, foraging across territories as large as several football fields every single night. In the wild, a hamster might travel up to 5 miles in one evening. That's their normal. So when we put them in an enclosure, even a spacious one, we're essentially asking an explorer to live in a single room for life now. Think about their senses. Hamsters have poor eyesight but an incredible sense of smell and hearing. They can detect food from far away, hear the faint crinkle of a treat bag 2 rooms over, or pick up the scent of another pet. These sensory cues trigger something deep in their brain, curiosity mixed with need. They're not trying to annoy you, they're responding to what their senses tell them is out there. An open door, a gap in the lid, a loose bar to a hamster, that's not an accident. It's an invitation, but it's not just about space or senses. There's also a powerful emotional driver, stress. Hamsters are prey animals. In the wild, staying in one place for too long means becoming someone's dinner, so movement equals safety. A hamster that's constantly trying to escape might actually be saying it doesn't feel secure. Loud noises, bright lights, vibrations from a TV, even the scent of a cat, these can make a hamster feel exposed. Escaping becomes a coping mechanism. It's their way of seeking a quieter, darker, safer hideout, the kind of place they dig for themselves in the wild. Then there's enrichment, or the lack of it. A hamster's brain is wired for problem solving. In nature, every night is a puzzle. Find food, avoid predators, navigate complex tunnels. When a cage doesn't offer enough mental stimulation, when there aren't enough tunnels to explore, textures to dig in, or challenges to solve, a hamster will create its own mission. And often that mission is escape. You might notice certain hamsters are more persistent than others. This isn't random. Breed, personality, and even past experiences play a role. Syrian hamsters, for example, are solitary by nature and often need more space and solitude than dwarves. A hamster that was previously rehomed or handled roughly might also show stronger escape behaviors, not out of spite, but out of unease. So what can you do? Understanding is the first step. If your hamster is an escape artist, it's not being disobedient, it's being a hamster. You can help by upgrading its habitat, add more bedding for burrowing, include multiple hideouts, rotate toys regularly, and create a predictable, low-stress environment. A wheel isn't just for exercise, it's a mental release. Tunnels aren't just tubes, they're simulated wild corridors. The goal isn't to eliminate the desire to explore, but to redirect it inward. In the end, a hamster's escape attempts are a silent conversation. They're telling you what they need: more space, more safety, more simulation of the wild world they still carry inside. When we listen, really listen, we don't just prevent escapes. We build trust. And a hamster that feels understood is a hamster that feels at home. Has your hamster ever pulled off a great escape? Share your story in the comments. And if you want to understand even more hidden pet behaviors, subscribe to Pet Mind Reader for our next deep dive.